Hi guys, this is Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor and your leverage for change. So today the video what I want to address today really is to give you some tools on how to heal from trauma, from past trauma. And because my main focus really is about relationships, I want to tell you that this is, a lot of people don't look at breakups as traumatic, but anyone who has been through a breakup or a divorce or any loss of a partner or for whatever reason will know that this creates a lot of trauma for us, right? And that we all know that this is very traumatic, right? And so this will be addressing relationship trauma, life trauma, other traumas that you may have been through. Maybe you saw something really bad happening to someone else. Maybe something bad really happened to you. Maybe you were raped, you were shamed in some way, you were abused in some way. These kinds of traumas, any kind of trauma, guys. Maybe you had to live with someone who was very abusive, perhaps, and then perhaps that person passed, and then, you have this back and forth of guilt and shame because you are really kind of happy that that person is gone because you feared for your life with them and as your partner. But now that they're gone, you now have some kind of guilt. So you're suffering from guilt and shame at the same time. Being happy, and that you were saved and preserved from the abuse from this person. But then because you know that they've passed, and maybe it was not a good way that they passed, now you have this guilt around it. So I want to kind of help to give you guys some tools that that can help you to process really, because what it is really processing your feelings and emotions and everything that comes with being or having experienced a traumatic event in your life, guys. This is something that is really something that we all experience. Most of us, if you live long enough, you're going to experience some type of trauma. You're going to experience some type of trauma. So I wanted to give you the tools to really be able to process this and work through it so that you can come out the other side healed. And yes, you will still feel certain things, and there are things that but you will be able to cope and move forward with your life in a healthy way. All right, guys. So before I start, please help me to grow my channel by liking this video, sharing it with a friend who may be having, may have been experiencing or may have experienced, and you notice that they haven't been moving forward with any kind of trauma that they've experienced in their lives. They're stuck in that place. Share it with them. Also, guys, please comment, because I'm sure that a lot of you have also been through your share of trauma. And I want you to comment in the section that will help others as well, those reading this, listen to this video, to help them to also learn new tools to cope with trauma that you have, that you may have experienced, and you found that it was a good way that helped you to cope. Just add that to the comment section for me, guys. Also, please subscribe to my channel so that when I upload a new video, you will be notified immediately, and hit that notification bell as well. This really helps my channel to grow, because what it does is that it YouTube has an algorithm that helps when you like, share, and do all that kind of thing, with my video, comment and everything. It does give, show my video to more people who can benefit from the information I provide. Okay, guys, so let me start to talk about these tools that will help you to go through these traumatic events and to process it. The first thing, guys, and it's not going to be easy, as we all know. Handling trauma is not easy, but the first thing is to accept it. Accept where you are right now. What is real? What is going on right now? This is where I am. This is where I am right now. Accept where you are right now, because the tendency is for us to want to push it away and to try and forget it. but you know that it never works. We all know that the more we try to push things away and try to forget it, we are always connected to it. So allow it to come, allow the pain to come, guys. I know it's not easy. Allow that to come, sit with it, accept where you are right now, and say, okay, this is what is real. This is what happened to me. Of course, I didn't want, it was not anything I wanted to happen to me. No, nobody wants to experience trauma, but accept where you are right now. This is where I feel overwhelmed. I feel shame. I feel this. I feel that. And the next step, what will help you to do this, to accept it, is to, while you're going through this place of trauma that you are right now, a journal. A journal is really good to help you process this trauma, guys, because what a journal does is that you're going to write down all the feelings that you feel. This is where I am right now. I'm feeling so lost. I'm feeling so alone. I'm feeling so ashamed. I'm feeling so, for what, write all of these things. I'm feeling ashamed that I allowed myself in the presence of this person. I'm feeling ashamed that I made a decision that allowed me to put me in the place where this trauma occurred. I'm feeling stupid. I'm feeling whatever it is. Write that out, guys. The way that we get past trauma and heal from trauma is to process trauma. Usually what happens is, as I say, we stuff it. So we think by stuffing it and burying it every time it comes up. Every time it comes up, we push it down, we push it down, we push it down, right? And so, what happens, guys, is that we're pushing something down and ignoring it. It doesn't make it go away. It's always there in the background. And a lot of times now we're in certain situations and there's a memory of that trauma. Something similar happens and we respond from that place because we've never processed the trauma. We've never gone through that trauma and processed it and healed from it, right? So guys, use your journal. Get a journal. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. Just get one of those notebooks that kids use in school. Those little composition books is what they call it. And write your date, because what this will do too is to help you to see where you're coming from years from now or months from now, to see where you are now. So it shows you, it goes through the process of the healing of that trauma. Okay, it helps you to see that you are improving, that things are better than it was before. You're better off than you were before. So get your little notebook or your journal if you're fancy, that everybody has their own likes and dislikes, and get your journal and start to, when you've accepted where, what is, this is what happened to me, this is what thing, and this is how I feel, this is, all the struggles I'm having, write those down in your journal. Okay, the next thing I want you to remember is that you can only take things one at a time, one day at a time, guys. Don't try to think so far ahead of yourself and think about how your life is going to be with this trauma. Take things one day at a time. You can only live one day at a time. You can only do things one day at a time. You can only manage your life one day at a time. It's when you start to kind of just lump everything into like your future and your past that you get overwhelmed and feel that you cannot do anything about what's happening. So every day you get up, take it one day at a time. There will be problems enough and stuff enough for you to deal with in that day. Deal with those days, deal with those things and those challenges as they come. Don't try and create more challenges in the future that you will have to go, you think you're going to go through, because sometimes those things don't happen. And remember, guys, the only day that you can actually do anything is today. So do it one day. Live your life one day at a time. Go through this process one day at a time, right? It takes time. Otherwise, you're going to feel very overwhelmed because now you're projecting everything that's happening to you now into your future. Live one day at a time when it comes to healing from trauma. The next thing you want to do, guys, is have a goal of where you want to be. What do you want your life? And you can write this down in your journal. What do you want your life to look like a year from now? Where do you want to be headed a year from now? How do you want your life to look? And write these things down in terms of your five senses. And also make it very tangible in terms of, I would love to be in a healthy relationship with someone who does this, that, right? These kind of things. I would love to be able to move to another town, whatever it might be. This place will have this, that, whatever it is. Write those things down. When you're writing these things down, guys, what it does, it allows you to, instead of remaining in the toxic thing of your trauma right now, is that you now have hope. Hope is a very strong and powerful thing to have when you have suffered some kind of trauma. You will now have hope for what your future will look like. And remember, you can only change your future from today. Whatever you do today is what your future is going to look like. So when you begin to focus on what you want your future to look like and you detail it, I want to be in a healthy, happy relationship. Mutually, reciprocal behavior and love in that relationship. I want it to be with someone who is this, that, right? These things, the qualities that you want in this person. Maybe also it's a job that you want. Maybe it's a career that you want. And so when you write these things down, guys, it gives you a platform and a base from where to build that future. Because now you're thinking about your future and you want it to look like this. If you say, for example, you want to have a degree or you want to pursue this career, you know now that, okay, you have to know, and you haven't had that training, that I should look for training in this area. And so you start to build your life from the ground up, guys, but you're doing it every single day, one day at a time. And then a couple of years, a year or so from now, you'll see it being a part of the things that you start working from years before, what it is that you are creating it for your future. Now, I'm not saying that it will go straight and smooth and everything. It's life, guys. It's life, right? So you have to just continue, though, because you have the power, and only you have the power to decide what you do today. You are the only one who can also actually do the things that you need to do today. Nobody can do it for you. You have to do it, because it's a journey. It's a personal growth journey, guys. And you have to be the one to do it and to participate in that journey, okay? And as you participate in this journey of healing and growth and self-empowerment, this allows you to become stronger and stronger. And also remember, guys, never ever forget the lesson that trauma or that event taught you, because then you are going to be making the same mistake all over again. This is why you have to always think of trauma or any kind of experience you have as a learning tool. You're going to learn from that what you should not have done, what you should not, what caused you to be in that problem in the first place, if you could have helped it. There are some things that you had no control over, right? But if you can now learn something from it, you may even just be learning that you didn't believe that you were so strong, that you could actually survive such a trauma, survive this trauma. And so you're learning something that you're stronger than you thought that you were. So this is powerful, guys. I want you to learn from these things, to grow from these things, to use these lessons that you learned to go forward. In your self-growth and your self-empowerment journey as you heal from past traumas. The next thing, guys, is that make a plan. And it's the same thing with a goal. A goal really is the end product you want to see, and the plan is how you're going to get to it. So as I mentioned earlier, you have the goal that you want to do this. You want to really be, say, a doctor or a carpenter or whatever it is. You know that there are certain, and you don't have the tools to do that. You don't have the education or whatever it is. You now know that you're going to need to go and participate in educating yourself. Go to college, go to learn carpentry, or learn how to fix cars, or learn farming or something, whatever it is. And you have that plan. How are you going to get to that place? Because this is going to also help you to remove the focus from your trauma and the pain of that trauma in the present, to looking forward to a hopeful future, because you're now thinking ahead and not so focused on where you are at this moment. All right, I hope this has helped in some way, guys. Oh, there's one thing I forgot with the journaling, guys. Do not, if you have support, I mentioned the journaling because a lot of people don't have people who they can talk to. A lot of people, they might not have someone they can trust, because when you're going to talk to someone about trauma that you're going through or that you're ashamed of, you may not want to talk to anyone. You might want to keep it to yourself. But there are individuals who have people that is their support system. They've always been there for them no matter what they go through, and they know these individuals. So guys, please do not keep to yourself in these circumstances. You need to reach out to one or two individuals who understand you, can give you a different kind of opinion about maybe some of the things that you want to do, to kind of just help help you to process this thing that you're going through, and to go towards a part of healing, a life of healing from this trauma. So reach out, guys. The thing that you need to do is to don't be afraid to reach out to others for support and help. Okay, guys, and also in that frame, in that line, also, this is what I do. This is what I do. I help people in all of these kind of situations, whether it be relationships or just life. So guys, if you need someone to help you to process and go through something that you've suffered, some traumatic event, or because as I say, relationships are traumatic, right? And whatever it is, it could be with your attachment styles, and you're just keep going into these relationships or these toxic relationships over and over again, then I want you, please reach out to me, because this is what I do. This is my passion in life, to help others to kind of navigate life challenges. So reach out to me. We can have a 30-minute, it's free. The first call that we talk, when you reach out to me, the first thing I set up is a 30-minute discovery call, is what I call it, because I'm really trying for you to discover and to ask any questions you have of me as to how this works. I hear also a bit about some background information about what your challenges are and how I can help you in those, and I can discuss how I can help you, how the cost and all that kind of stuff that is a part of my coaching practice. All right, guys, so reach out to me and I will help. I would be honored to be a part of your healing journey. This is Christine. Please don't forget to like and share this video, subscribe if you find this information valuable, and also hit that notification bell. Also, guys, never stop growing. This is Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor, and your leverage for change. Take care now. Bye.